I was gone for a little while because we were talking about ghosties and whatnot. Anything happened? Did we fix anything yet with the government?
Nope.
Oh, God. I was so hopeful.
Nope.
No.
Still pretty scary.
The government never really gets fixed. It just gets a little less worse.
Yeah. But you know what? That's the best way to describe it. A little less worse. Is this the best? Yes, this is the best bad idea we have. You don't have any other bad ideas?
I've been staring at you through that entire interview, and I'm starting to understand why people would call you a liberal looking at that hair.
This hair is pretty spectacular.
Blue, green, yellow, orange, red.
It's, look, I'm a clown, all right, man?
Well,
we already get clowned upon enough.
Most liberals are clowns, too.
They are. They are super clowns. That's part of their fun. You know what's funny? I always feel bad when you say liberal because classic liberals, for those of you who don't know, are if you ever look around the world, they're like the conservative side of them won, then they would say the Democratic Liberal Party won. You're like, that doesn't sound right. Classic liberals are different than progressive wackadoos.
Right. Much more libertarian oriented.
Yes. Those scare me, progressive wackadoos. You know who you are out there. You understand who you are out there. Man, that was cool having him in. I love the ghost stuff. I like stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
I tell you what, nothing wrong with a good old haunting.
I wanted to ask him, and I didn't get a chance to because I got busy, but I've heard rumors that Stones River Battlefield in Murfreesboro, which was that was a bloody, bloody battle back during the Civil War. One of the bloodiest, in fact. Over 39,000 injured and dead.
He told me that that's one of the most haunted places.
Yeah. Legend is that birds don't fly over the battlefield. You never see birds.
Birds aren't real anyway.
Well, yeah, besides the fact that they're not here, they're not real. But
I don't know if that's true or not.
No. He, and I love, what I love is he comes at it from a very skeptic thing, where, you know what, I'm going to try to debunk everything you say. And he just says there's some things I can't debunk. Some stuff that I can't explain with my eyes and what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing. And I think that's a cool thing. It's not about whether or not you because some people will go into anything believing, like aliens, right? Some people believe they're aliens. I don't believe they're aliens. I believe that they are, we're going to find out when 3i Atlas gets here this week. But I think it's a different dimension. But if you believe in God, right? Those are different dimensions that we all live in. So is there another dimension where Ken, Bell, and I have a hit band? Probably. And we're good. And we have more than just one hit. We are not a wonder.
No, sir.
We are wonderful.
And I won't ever do press or come out of my hotel room unless it's time to go on stage.
Yeah, that's right. We can't even get Bell to put clothes on. He just walks around in a bathrobe all day. Right? Just holding a martini. He holds a drink in his hand. He never drinks it. Just holds it in his hand.
Oh, I guarantee you I'll drink it.
I know. Well, Bell, we were trying to give you the benefit of the doubt there. I can't believe it. Is this happening? This is crazy. Classic liberals are the ones with the small eco cars and stickers. No, that's not them. That's not them at all. The classic liberals are just more libertarian, Our farmers.
The name kind of got co-opted by the progressives.
Yeah, and that's what happens. It's like you could look at some. And here's the thing about classic liberals: there's different versions of it. You can have more of a conservative libertarian, and you have somebody like Bill Maher. So it was a classic liberal that leans left but isn't nuts.
Yeah, they're not going to go full on socialism.
No, and they're not. And you know what's funny? Like, did you hear Mike Johnson about the shutdown? He goes, Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries are afraid to make people like Mondani angry, and they want to. And I'm thinking to myself, Mondani has nothing to do with the shutdown. He's soon to be a mayor of New York City, which, by the way, has no vote in Congress. None. And I'm like, man, he's starting to live in their heads, too. The Democrats are terrified of that guy. You know why? Because he's got his own hips. Right? He's not old. He understands what TikTok is. It isn't the noise that the grandfather clock
that's ticking down to your death makes.
Yeah. He understands what that is. He can talk to young people, and he's not afraid.
Yeah, and he's telling them everything's going to be free.
Yeah, which is great.
Which it's not going to be free, But they believe it's going to be free.
You know what? They want it to be free.
Right.
Wanting it to be free and actually free. I think most people recognize we know it's not going to be free. But if there's any way you could take a little bit of the load off, because I'm frustrated. I was sold a bill of goods by my family and by America that if I went to school that I get all these great jobs, and I'll come to find out is what I got.
Now, I wonder what the breakdown is on the age, the age of his supporters.
He's got a lot of support even amongst the older generation.
Yeah.
And the Jews, by the way. He's got super support amongst the Jews.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, Bill.
As he chants Free Palestine. I wonder what the whole attitude would be. I mean, it's not going to be free. But people they know that. So what they're actually saying without using the words is, I just want you to pay for my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I want you to
do better than I do.
Portion of, and this is the socialism thing is always, you can't get it. Well, like when Bernie talks about it, he always mentions Scandinavia, and they'll tell you we're not socialists. We're capitalists with a very large safety net and high taxes. And it's also, up until the last several years, it's pretty much a monolith society where everybody was kind of on the same level. Everybody read. They're very literate. They all were pulling in the same direction. They were all crackers. It's funny when the liberals start mentioning that. They talk about us being the melting pot. Then they always mention Scandinavia. But Scandinavia is a capitalist society. They just have a big safety net, and, you're going to lose half your paycheck, but you're never going to worry about life. The hell that may come with getting cancer, this, that, and the other. But they all tell you, they'll come out, we're not socialist. We're not. And socialism, when I think of real socialism, I never think of Scandinavia because I've lived there for a while. I do think of, all you got to do is point to Maduro. That's socialism. That's what that looks like. Yeah, Cuba. Cuba's a dictatorship. I mean, they pretend, at least in Venezuela, that it's we're in free fair election. Yeah. They pretend. But Cuba and them, there's socialism right there. That's what that looks like. Now, what the socialists will tell you is, well, if America wasn't so tough on them, and America took off all of the horrible, mean rules and regulations and all the tariffs and the embargoes and everything, they would be great. No, they wouldn't. Because they still don't produce anything. The government still runs everything and takes. And the whole thing about, and this is the thing I've never got to, I've always laughed about when I talk to people and they talk about, how it's never been done right is, all of these places, nobody's dying to break into them. They're all dying to break out.
And something as far as SNAP goes, if you are dependent upon SNAP for getting food, getting groceries, and I'm not saying it should go away. I think there's definitely a certain level that should be there to help people. But if you're dependent upon the government to provide you SNAP, what's happening right now to you and losing your SNAP benefits is because you depended on government.
Yes. Government
was providing it. Now government is going to take it away for at least a while.
Yeah.
That's why you should never rely on the government.
No, never. Never rely on government. See, the thing, and that's why if you go and read so many books about socialism and communism, and you go and see, the first thing they always talk about is controlling health care as well as rearranging the language is so important because you get the dependence on government where you could take it away. See, what we have here is so much different because we've all grown up in a world of absolute freedoms outside of poor Larry out there near Percy County, whose freedoms were taken away by his meme. But we've all grown up in a world of absolute freedom. So that's not going to work the way it does with other places. Other places, they can turn the spigot on and off. And that's what it's about. Turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off.
Well, can you imagine if we had Medicare for all and what would happen on a government shutdown when it came to that? Suddenly, the government's going to tell you, well, sorry, you can't go to the doctor for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? Because they're providing it. They're paying for it, so therefore they control it.
Yeah, that's it. And China realized they looked over at the Soviet Union and said, we've got more people than they do, and we're going to fall apart. So Nixon, who was as anti-communist as anybody, recognized the opportunity to go to China, went and did it. Next thing you know, everything gets opened up, and China goes, all right, well, here's how this thing ends for us. Either we're all going to starve and there's going to be a revolution, or because we've taken everything away from them, including their freedom of thought and expression, or we'll give them opportunities to be mobile, to be wealthy, to control somewhat of their own destiny, and then we'll control the rest of it. If we take both away, we're going to perish. If you take away a man's money and his need to survive and his need to be, to feel like there's something, and this is human beings' nature, they're going to push back in a major way. You can't take away both. And that's why, because there's this whole bizarre world of like everything's going to be free. That's a lie. It's not free. And that freedom, by the way, even if everything was free, comes at a cost. And that cost is your freedom of thought, your freedom of expression, your freedom to hold your own destiny in your hands.
Freedom of movement.
Yeah. Yeah. So you might get free stuff. You might get a free apartment. You might get free health care. But it comes at a cost that you may not understand. Not now, but you will. Oh, but I do like the fact that Mandani scares him. And I thought, you know what? Let him. Go ahead. Let him. I hope let's see what the experiment looks like in New York.
The problem with it is that it's going to fail because you can't function. Economically, that does not work.
Yeah.
But what he's going to do at that point is, as it starts to fail, he's going to start begging for subsidies from the federal government.
Of course.
And he'll get them. And that'll be used to prop up his failing system. And then he'll say, see, it works. We just needed it to be heavily subsidized by the feds.
Yeah. Well, we needed somebody else to pay for it. And look, New York is like one of those states. There are some states that are giver states, some states that are taker states. And they bring in a lot of revenue. But here's the thing with revenue. Revenue comes with people who are rich. Revenue comes with companies that are mobile. They can leave, and that's the fear too. It's where's that balance? Because we need to have safety nets, but they shouldn't be hammocks, right? They should be, you fell, we're going to help you get back up. We're not going to let you starve, and you get on with your life. Not, hey, you know what? Can I get you an ottoman with that?
Here, just lay down and rest for as long as you want.
How about a hot towel?
Oh yeah. Can I? Yeah, a hot towel would be nice. Would you like a back rub? Is there anything else I can get for your stay here on the dole? But there are people out there.
Free food? Oh, let us take care of that.
Yeah, and that should be a safety net. We as human beings, we would take care of our own. If SNAP went away tomorrow forever, people will adjust and they will find a way. Here's the problem. If SNAP went away forever tomorrow, government's not giving you that money back. They're just going to go put it in some other pet project. Oh, now we can buy 1 billion drones.
Yeah, government's not going to do that, Chad.
Yeah.
They're going to do right by the people.
Oh, of course they are.
$38 trillion in debt says otherwise. That's something else I've always thought of is why would you want the same people that have put us $38 trillion in debt to be in control of your health care, your ability to feed yourself, your housing? They can't even imagine a budget. How are they going to manage your life?
Yeah. Yeah. You think they're the ultimate secretary? They're not, is what we're saying. All right, coming up, we got more good stuff on the way. Yes, if you're watching us on YouTube, I am dressed pretty sweet. What did you say I was earlier? I look like
You look like a liberal because you got all the liberal hair colors.
Yeah, no. See, let's just remember this. I want to tell everybody this. The rainbow was the rainbow long before it was the gaybo. Okay? I just want to tell you that. And the word gay used to mean happy, and then it was stolen. I just want to tell you guys that. They had to change the name of Hawaii. They used to be the Rainbows.
Oh.
Now they're the Warriors.
That's
Why?
right.
Because the rainbow ended up being something else, and then everybody would have a rainbow sticker. Because when I was a kid growing up, everybody went to Hawaii, came back with a rainbow sticker and a rainbow shirt that said hang loose. Now, you can't.
Yeah, there's like rainbows every day in Hawaii.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Now they're warriors. Oh, my Lord. See how this works? If you're missing the show, shame, grab the podcast. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Again, SNAP. It is a safety net, not a hammock. That's it. Somebody said, you guys said you shouldn't trust government. What if they pay you? Working for the government and then relying on them for daily needs are two separate things.
Yes, sir.
One's a job, you're putting in something. The other one is you're getting something from them.
Well, the military and the air traffic controllers work for the government, and they're not too happy with them right now.
No doubt. No doubt at all. And by the way, government, remember, government, no matter what they say, government is a business. That's what it is. It's a business. The weird thing is, though, it's a business where you're forced to hand over things to them, and they'll decide what you get back. And the other side of it being a business, is it gets to decide what its little corporations under its umbrella get to do and don't get to do. But we as a nation, like I said, if SNAP went away today, that money's not going away. They're going to continue to take that because they'll find another program they need to give something to because some of their friends all need to get paid. That being said, we wouldn't let people starve. We wouldn't. That's not who we are as a nation. That's not who we are as a people. We have an issue with, how should I say this? Fatties. I don't want to get yelled at because every time I mention the larger folk, I get yelled at. But we have an obesity problem in this country amongst the poor, and really everybody.
It's kind of hard to fat shame the majority.
Yeah,
when you're in the majority.
Yeah, so it is kind of hard to fat shame. Well, yeah, I mean, is it really fat shaming? Although that lady did yesterday, didn't she?
Man,
got she thin privilege. That's the new thing. Are you thin? Medium. Dad bod.
Just remember, patriarchy leads to eugenics.
It does. God, that was so insane. Yeah, that's a liberal. There's a white liberal who, by the way, would never be on food stamps. And several people have checked, said, hey, look, I was on food stamps for a few months. That's what it's there for, right? That's what it's there for. That your husband dies and all of a sudden, or your wife dies, or you lose your job or something happens. It's there for the safety. Just Medicare is there for people in situations where they're never going to be able to take care of themselves. So we as a nation need to step up. I get that.
And there should be no shame.
No.
In needing, some help from time to time.
No, yeah.
The shame comes whenever you are able-bodied and you just abuse it.
Of course.
And as far as using government services, I would say never, ever depend on them. But if you're paying taxes to fund them, you should have no shame about using them.
No
Absolutely.
shame. No shame about using them. And a lot of people, there's a lot of people out there that the myth of the welfare queen. There are some people out there that absolutely take advantage of it. I also know the average person who gets SNAP benefits, they get $188 a month. What's that, $6 a day? 16 million kids need that. That is so there are real issues. The problem is everybody focuses on the extremes of everything, and that's why we can't have nice things and have conversations in this country. Nuance is lost when you only point out the extreme. Like, if I was talking to Mike Johnson, he would say, $400 bazillion goes to illegal immigrants for health care. I'm like, that's not true. That's a lie. You're lying to me. Well, we take care of, we do that because Reagan put in a law in 1986 that we don't add, you get hit by a bus, we don't go, hey, can I see your papers? We fix you, we get you well, and we send you on your way. Now, the system can be abused at times by people showing up at the, at the emergency room and stuff like that. But if you want to change that law, then it's a law that you can change. But you're not going to. Because it's just easier to point out the extremes in every case. Because that's how you win an argument, apparently, in today's world. No doubt about that. All right, coming up. Other good stuff to talk about on this great festive day with my hair. A lot of people chiming in about rainbows as well. I didn't know rainbows was such a hot topic here in the United States of America, especially here in Nashville. But I am wearing a rainbow hair piece. Oh, my God. This is a hair piece. By the way, in Turkey, Turkey announced yesterday that supposedly they have a serum for your hair that's supposed to have your hair grow back. It's like a chia pet. The problem is, I don't know what kind of hair you get. Remember a chia pet?
Yeah, you got to pour water over yourself.
Yeah, but it's supposed to work amazing. Not that I would, because I shave my head so my hair grow back anyways, but still, I find it hilarious. Because the bald thing, I still to this day find it weird that people wig out by being bald. And men go and get hair pieces. I find that odd. Not everybody can rock a dome like you and I.
Yeah. I shave mine.
Yeah.
I can grow it out. Now, it is thinner than it used to be.
Yeah.
But I can grow it out.
Yeah. I'm just letting you guys know there's a new thing apparently that's spectacular. We'll talk a little bit maybe about that. By the way, we're also going to talk about the robot they're taking orders for the first bring it home robot. And no, you can't do that to it. So settle down, Bell. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Chapter wants to talk to you about your Medicare plan. So many people out there are seeing and will be over the next couple of days, Medicare plan is going to go away. You're going to be like, what am I going to do? You call a Medicare agent. Next thing you know, boom. You find out they put you in some. You weren't really thrilled by it, but you're stuck with it. And they're going to get the most commissions. Medicare can be a nightmare. It can come and go. That's why I want you to talk to my friends at Chapter. Chapter is going to help you out. They don't work for big insurance companies, and they do not work for the government. They work for you. On average, seniors save $1,100 a year by working with Chapter, and it's absolutely free to you. Okay? Simple and easy. There's no gimmicks. There's no pressure. Go to your phone, pick up pound 250. You pick up that phone, pound 250, and you're going to say keyword Medicare plan. They know it inside and out. And within 20 minutes, you'll have all your options in front of you. It's that fast. Find out what they can do for you over there at Chapter. Hit pound 250 and say keyword Medicare plan for Chapter. Da-na-na-na-na, ba-da-da-bow. A lot of you chiming in about the government. I said they're a business. They're like, they're not a business. They produce stuff, by the way. Now, they don't produce cool hats or anything, but they do. It's not, people say they don't do anything. They do things. They do produce some stuff. Whenever there's money involved in anything, it feels very businessy. Here's a perfect example. Do you think the NFL is a business? Because it's a 501(c)(3). Wait, what? Yeah, it's a nonprofit.
Well, just the corporate. I mean, the teams aren't.
No, the teams
the league is.
But the league makes revenue. Nobody does it for free. It's like there's so much, and the government doesn't do it for free. Because money courts power, power courts money. They want money. Right? These individuals, it's the same thing when you talk about the Uniparty. The Uniparty is like, I always go back, it's like watching the Savannah Bananas. Right? They've got the other team. It's not like watching the Generals. Was that the name of the ones that Globetrotters took on? It was the Generals, right?
Yeah, it was always the Washington Generals.
Yeah, then they sucked, right? They always lost. They never won. Right? But with the Savannah Bananas, it's baseball. The Bananas are the name, but the other team wants to win, and they get to do stuff too. It's the same thing with our parties. They're playing baseball. We're all playing the same game. They want to win. The other team wants to win. But at the end of the day, they're going to go back out in the field and play baseball again, try to beat the other team. But they want to keep you coming to the game. And at least the Savannah Bananas are fun. At least they are. Man, they're expanding all over the place. I love that. That is so cool. I saw the robot. So there is a robot that is under $20,000, and it's going to be the first one for homes. And it's not tiny. It's like a real robot. It doesn't look like the ones you see, like
body size?
About 5'5"-ish. Yeah, I mean, they have normal strength too. Like they didn't say, everybody thinks they're going to be strong, they're going to be able to crush stuff. They're not. These aren't.
Well, but not till AI gets a hold of it.
Not till AI gets a hold of it. The weird thing about this is it takes them a few times to get stuff. They Oculus in with the robot for the first few days while you're working with it, because they need to almost program the robot with their eyes. But this is $20,000. And you think, well, $20,000 is a lot of money. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Not when you think about...
Cheaper than most cars.
Yeah, absolutely. Not when you think about where these things are going to be. In a couple of years, you'll be able to pick this thing up used, right? I'll pick up Francis used for, $1,300 on Craigslist. And I made a dangerous friend. Craigslist. This thing, though, it looks like you want at first, because they asked them, why haven't you skinned them up yet? And they're like, we're not ready for that.
Well, and you got to get the internals correct and working properly, and debug all that before you even worry about what they're going to look like on the outside.
Yeah. So that's the big thing. So they have trouble with some stuff, like loading dishes. I was watching them the Wall Street Journal did a big piece on them loading dishes. That didn't go well. Took a while. Like the lady asked, "Can you bring me some?" I forgot what it was called. "Can you bring me some water?" And it went over to the refrigerator, and it had a tough time maneuvering with the refrigerator a little bit. But it is so weird how fast this is moving, that these things will be in houses next year because somebody's going to get them. But what seems like an odd thing will be 2 or 3 years from now, not so odd. And then they will start to skin them, which sounds, again, gross, creepy, and weird. Man, it is... that is just crazy. $20,000 for the robot.
And that's the starting price, so it's only going to get cheaper.
Yeah, it's only going to get, yeah. Because remember, like, DVDs and CDs? I remember watching The Wedding Singer with Adam Sandler. The guy comes in and goes, I bought a CDC player. It only cost me $1,100. Only.
When I finally bought my DVD player, I paid $250, and by the end of that year, I think they were selling them for $99.
I remember how expensive. Like I remember we got a VHS. My dad was shady, so I'm not going to pretend that he wasn't. But we had a VHS player. But before we got one, they didn't really sell them. We used to have to rent it, right? So you'd have to go to the store and rent it, and you'd bring it home in this big box. And for the weekend, we got this, and we'd rent movies. And then you got your first one, and my dad won like a poker game or something. That's what he says. Who knows? But
fell off a truck.
Could have been. There's always that. I'm like, there's blood on it, but whatever. I know what kind of poker game you're at. The expense, though, like you said, man, that is only going to get cheaper. They will be so cheap, I think, within 18 months. Ones that are usable. No, not like that. It's always the first go-to for everybody, right? The kind that you can have a friendship with? No. But it does look like a robot, right? This thing has eyes and it talks to you. It doesn't have a mouth, but you can talk to it. It doesn't have superhuman strength. That was the other thing. The lady's like, does it have because it couldn't crush a walnut. I'm like, why would you ask it to crush a walnut? That seems kind of weird. That costs extra.
Maybe she likes walnuts.
Maybe she does. But, the guy's like, look, we don't want him to have superhuman strength because we don't want him to kill you.
Right.
They'll just poison you eventually.
Yeah, you remember it was about a month ago, a robot, I think in China.
Yes.
Went berserk. And I mean, the scientists are trying to corral it, but I mean, their life is in danger because, I mean, this thing is swinging and kicking hard enough to crush somebody's skull.
God, that
thing's just going nuts.
And the video was crazy because it was wigging out and spinning, and they didn't know, and they couldn't get close to it.
Right.
Right? They couldn't get close to it because it was so out of control. It's like watching one of those cars that get stuck in reverse and
yes.
somebody's outside of the car and it just spins. You couldn't get close to the damn thing. And yeah, that's going to happen. We're going to have a few of those. Wait till the first robot murder. Oh, that's totally coming.
Man, I have not even thought about
the first robot murder. And it's going to be like, I was programmed not to kill. The fact that you have blamed me for this, I find to be blah, 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 blah.
The first robot murder will be when it's actually used by a tool from somebody else wanting to kill somebody.
Yeah.
It'll be like, I hate my wife, wink, wink, don't ever hurt her. And then boom, she ends up dead because the robot crushed her head.
Yes, exactly. Right. That's going to be the first one. The first robot. Somebody's going to control it. But what was their movie? There was a movie about this, right?
iRobot.
And that was about a murder, right? The robot.
Yeah.
Robot murdered, and they blamed it on him.
I didn't finish that series. I should have finished that series.
No, it was a movie.
It was a movie.
Will Smith.
Yeah. You're thinking of...
Rami Malek.
Yeah, that's Mr.
Robot.
Mr. Robot.
Okay.
Somebody said I paid $4,000 for my first HD TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ask him if did it have internet on it?
Oh, probably not. I would assume not. Murder bots.
I paid $400 for my first high def TV. It was 40 inches. What did not connect to the internet. And last year, or year before last, I bought a brand new 55-inch high def that does connect to the internet for $250.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. You go to the store and you're like, your TV breaks, you throw it away. Really, I don't care. I'll throw it away. It's nothing big.
You know, it's stuff like that the rich people are all the guinea pigs on. You know, they're the ones that are going first and pay $20,000 for a robot. And if they sell and they work and it seems like the product is going to work in the marketplace, then suddenly the prices start coming down because of competition. And then the guy, 18 months later pays $600 for one.
Yeah, the goal is the rich want exclusivity, having something that you can't have.
And they want to be first.
Right? So exclusivity, it's like that's why the NFL, like owning a sports franchise is so big because you know what? Those things don't come up for sale, but once in a great while. And it's the same thing with the TVs. The latest TV, have you seen the one it's as thin as wallpaper?
No.
And it goes right up on the television. It just goes right up there on the wall and it's like wallpaper. It's insane.
Interesting.
And it rolls out. It's incredible.
Unrolls like a...
Mm-hmm. And they've got one that is not thin like wallpaper, but it has batteries that last for like a week or two, and you charge the batteries, and there's no wires whatsoever. And you just flip them in and out.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love technology. I get geeked out by this stuff. I was watching the other day. China has such a lead on us when it comes to EVs. They've got this car now where you're parked and you need a car charge. You don't need a charge. You call this thing and a robot comes over and it's got a battery and it goes underneath your car and it switches out the battery or does whatever it takes off.
Yeah, it's I'm looking at a picture of the TV right now. It's the LG Signature OLED TV W7.
Yeah.
So if you want to spend a lot of money, go look for one.
How much is that?
Yeah, does it say?
I am not seeing a price.
It's the wallpaper one, right?
Well, actually, I'm seeing looks like 15,000.
15 grand. 15 grand. So, yeah, it's got like it's got like the process.
The LG version is only 12,888.
Well, there you go. Then I got a coupon.
So, boys, how soon do you think it's going to happen to where you can just like punch a button and your TV will just come up in the middle of your living room? Just whatever you want to watch will just play out in thin air.
I think that's close. I think that's very close. By the way, shopping soon is going to be that way with holographics. I've seen some of the stuff. My uncle and his friends have showed me some of the stuff where you want to buy a new car. The car will come out of your TV and you can walk around it. You can look inside of it and do all that kind of stuff before you decide what you want. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
One of his buddies is like on the cutting edge. And about 10 years ago, he goes, it's too expensive to do right now, but it will be one day. It was 3D without the glasses on a normal television. And it looked like it was coming out of the TV where you could touch. It was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is. There's so much stuff out there. Technology is so far ahead. And now with AI, God only knows where we're going to go before they take us over.
I mean, it's like everything that we've seen in like, science fiction TV shows and movies, it's happening.
Yeah. It is going to happen. It's going to continue to be growing. And a year from now, we can't even imagine.
Yeah, what are we going to have a year from now?
That's it. What are we going to have a year from now? What is that going to look like? That is going to be, it's going to be amazing. And by the way, the discoveries too. Because the way that this thing is going through, think about how amazing it is. And with the computing starting to grow, right? And we're getting towards that quantum computing level. Wait till we see, hey, they solved leukemia. Why? Because it went to another dimension and found the cure for it.
Wow.
That's going to be the stuff that's coming. That's going to be crazy. All right, we're going to wrap it up straight ahead on this beautiful Thursday. Tomorrow, our Halloween show is going to be fantastic. Matt's going to join us here pretty soon. The welcome Matt. We'll see what he says about my costume, if he made fun of it like Bell did. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. I just got told by young Jackson that I look good. There you go. I like that.
Brother Jackson, he's not afraid of clowns.
No, he's not afraid of clowns. He said he'd punch a clown if he had to. There's no reason to punch a clown. It's not very nice, actually. I think it's kind of a rude thing to say.
They have rights, too.
They do. Yes, treat us like people. That's all I'm saying.
Clowns do not have rights.
Not this country. I'm anti-clown. What's up, brother?
What's going on?
Matt's here. You look thrilled.
I'm happy. I'm good. Been busy.
What have you been doing today?
Been doing a lot of things. I can't talk about them on the radio.
Oh. Is it like...
Well, some of it involved buying things for people who might be listening.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Getting presents.
You know what I'm saying?
Prezzies indeed.
And, and then in the process of doing that, I'm obsessed. I met a dog. And, I'm really focused on dogs.
Dog crazy.
I'm kind of dog crazy. I think dogs are better than human beings because they are. And the lady told me that she might be selling the dog because she can't handle the dog for a variety of reasons. And now I'm obsessed thinking about this dog.
What kind of dog is it?
It is a Greater Swiss Mountain Dog.
Oh, yeah. I had a lesser one. It was smaller.
Yeah, teeny.
Yeah.
No, this is a greater one. This is big time.
Oh, how big is it?
I don't know. 18 months, probably 135,
Nice.
140.
Nice.
Are you receiving some resistance to this idea?
No, well, no. The resistance comes in the idea that this is a purebred dog with paperwork, and
It costs you good money.
and it is a female, so you could breed the dog.
Oh, look at that. I'm looking at the
Are you
Greater
looking at?
Swiss Mountain Dog.
It looks like a Great Dane and like a Saint Bernard and a Rottweiler all got together.
Yeah. You know, it looks like somebody took a beagle and just made it ginormous.
Oh, yeah.
Like the look.
They're
I mean,
gorgeous.
It's fantastic.
Gorgeous looking pup.
You know what? I highly recommend getting one.
I'll tell you off the radio what it would be.
and
And
I'm sure they're not cheap.
It's one of those. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so-
I need to be in a different tax bracket for that.
Well, you know what? It's one of those. That's kind of the new thing, right? Nowadays is what kind of dog you have. That shows you the wealth.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your watch. It's your pup.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like these.
So we're doing a little bit of we're cutting up meat. We're a clown, but we're cutting up meat. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. I've gone off the deep edge.
Yeah. So we're kind of like we're kind of Leatherface here. But
Yeah.
I switched over to your outfit. I'm sorry.
No.
So we're kind of Leatherface going on here, but we're also we're a clown.
Yeah, because I've already chopped up everybody, but I don't want to get my shirt dirty. You know,
I don't
that's why
blame
got
you.
This. You don't want that to happen.
Look, you got to have standards.
I do. You know what we were talking about today, Bell and I? You know, at some point in time, you look at Michael Myers. He's ginormous. You think he's got to eat at some point in time.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Does he just roll into Taco Bell and get like 12 tacos?
And how does he order them?
I know.
He never says anything.
No. Well, he goes to the self-checkout.
Nowadays. Yeah, because of the McDonald's kiosk. He's showing an old lady how to do it because she can't figure it out.
Chops her head off. Oh, Matt, straight ahead. Oh, kids, have a good day. We'll do it again tomorrow.